How do you do, ladies and gentlemen? And this is my blog for today. Don't get nervous. I got nothing to say against Barack Obama. This has nothing to do with anything so intensely political. This is just to make fun of Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and the preposterous things that they've been saying since Barack Obama was elected president. Did you hear what they said? They said, don't think this is the end of racism. Just because Barack Obama was elected doesn't mean that racism is still not one of the major problems in America. In other words, they're saying, you know what a difficult thing it is to be black in America, but maybe you can become president, but that doesn't mean you can get ahead in this country. There's so many jobs you can't get, especially now. Just because you can become a president and just because you could be like Oprah Winfrey, the hottest commodity in America, and make more money than anybody else in the world, and just because you could be like Bill Cosby, and just because you have a great percentage of the mayors, just doesn't mean that there's an end to racism. There's still certain jobs they don't have, like accountants, for instance. There's still very few black accountants. There's very few Gentile accountants too. Did you ever notice there's very few Christian accountants? You know why? Because they happen to stink in accounting. Do the Gentiles run around saying, look at this, the Jews are stopping us from becoming accountants? Does everything have to be racism? Racism is a terrible thing, but you have to invent it wherever you go so that you could make sure that you could claim racism, whether it exists or not, just so that you could have some kind of an advantage and something to scream about and curse about and yell about, so you shouldn't have to go to work for a living like Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson. The greatest threat they have is not racism. The greatest threat they have is the possibility of looking for a job, of getting up in the morning. Another threat they have is the threat that somebody might stop them from robbing the country every day. They never pay taxes. They never pay. They're always caught robbing the government one way or another. Hotel bills, tax bills, all kinds of bills, shaking down people, all kinds of thievery, fraud, manipulation, and racist attitudes. They started riots 100 times. These are the two biggest racists in America, and they keep claiming that your problem is racism. Your problem is racism because of them. They are the racism that is your problem. It's not your racism, it's their racism that we have to put an end to. Jesse Jackson called the Jews high meat town, and Al Sharpton called the Jews diamond dealers, and he went to Harlem and said the white people are interlopers, they should have no right to open a store in Harlem, they should have no right to have a business anyplace, white people should be eliminated, wiped out, destroyed, or sent to a country someplace so they shouldn't interfere with sick people like him running the country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest about it. There's been a history of racism in this country against blacks just like there's been against Jews. But we can't claim racism when it doesn't exist. There are certain jobs that black people just don't do because it's a cultural thing, just like it's a Gentile thing not to become accountants. Well, Gentiles become accountants once in a while, but nobody goes to them because they know that they don't know how to be a real accountant. This is a Jewish field. There's certain things that Jews don't go into. Like right now, there's no Jews in the rodeo. The Jews don't claim racism just because there's no Jews in the rodeo. There's been racism against Jews, but not in the rodeo. I never met a Jew who told me, I don't know what to do. I can get into the rodeo. I'm dying to get into the rodeo. The simple fact is, no Jews want to be in the rodeo. When a horse starts flying around, no Jew wants to sit on it, and that's it. This is a Gentile field. Gentiles love it. They love to sit on a horse that's going to throw you right off. When they fly off a horse, they're the happiest people in the world. They say, where you going? I'm about to fly off a horse. Thank God, this is my greatest pleasure. This is what they love. They wind up on the floor. They can't walk. They can't move. Doesn't bother them. Say to them, you like it? I love it. I love it. Could you walk? Not right now. But it doesn't bother them because they love it. I'll tell you how stupid they are. They even hold on with one hand. You want to go into the rodeo, go into the rodeo, but hold on with two hands at least. They're too stupid to hold on with two hands. Why? I don't want to call them names. God bless them. It's just that they're too stupid to understand how you should have a rodeo. Now, it's the same thing with a lot of fields that Gentiles might go into and Jews don't. Like coal mining. You ever see a Jewish coal miner? There's no Jewish coal miners. Do the Jews claim racism? It's not racism. It's not for Jewish people. There's been racism in this country against Jews, just like against blacks. Not as much, but there always was. But it's not in coal mining. And there's no such thing as a rabbi claiming, look at this, there's no Jewish coal miners. We have to put a stop to it. They have to give an opportunity to every Jew to mine coal. They don't want that opportunity. Jews don't want to be coal miners. When a Jew sees dirt, he says, yeah, let's get out of here, and that's it. Let's be honest. You ever see a sign, Irving's coal mine? You never saw it. because it's not for Jewish people. You ever see a yarmulke with a light attached to it? Never. Why? It's not for Jewish people. I'm making a point here. The point is that sometimes it's racism, and when it is, you should fight it. But if only sick, phony people who go around inventing it because they need an issue so that they could stay out of work, pretend they're crusading about something important that doesn't exist, and invent it so that they shouldn't have to go to work. Go to work and stop lying to people about racism in this country. Thank God we've defeated it. And if it exists, it has no excuse to make such an issue out of it that you have to spend your time looking for it. Look for something productive, but that would require a job, and that's not for you. Phonies, that's what you are. Frauds, manipulators, liars, and exploiters of the American people. Thank God it's a great democracy, and thank God we proved it now because we have a black president, and we give him every opportunity in the world to be the greatest president that ever lived. That's the obligation of every American. Thank you.